Shri Chaitanya Manobhishta Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Uttapadakalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajiva Sadvitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Vishwa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisavani Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sandhyayevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada Ki
Hare Krishna. So we are very, very fortunate to have association of
Yes, speaking English.
Yeah, English. Sorry, we have Association of 𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐝𝐥𝐢 in Damodara Swami Maharaj. And
if they hear English, why you want to translate?
Many of them. How many of you know? Sir, ಯಾವಾಗ ಕನ್ನಡ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರಲ್ಲ. Sorry, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. Okay.
How many? Yes, just Kannada ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬೇಕು.
ಕನ್ನಡ ಬೇಕು. Hare Krishna. So this is our first time we are hosting His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj. So many of you may be knowing, many of you seeing him first time. So I will introduce Prabhu Maharaj came to Krishna consciousness almost. He is born in Nigeria, and a beautiful place there. And in the beginning itself, he was quite spiritually oriented. He was inquisitive. He came across so many different spiritual organizations. But finally, at ISKCON, his doubts, his thirst for knowledge got satisfied, and he joined ISKCON in 1982. When he was 25 years old, and then of course he took initiation from His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, and after that he continued serving ISKCON in many different ways. 2005 he took sannyas, and currently he is initiating guru. Of course, I will tell you, he is the first sannyasi in Africa. But sannyasi and first initiating guru in Africa. And he served as a deputy GBC for West Africa for 5 years. And then of course he continued serving in different ways, like taking different courses, like a Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, teaching to different parts of Africa, like many countries in Africa, United States also. He used to come to India and Seychelles Island, all these places he visited, and is very much popular and very much appreciated and loved by all the devotees in Africa. So we are very fortunate to have this association. I will request Maharaj to start this. Hare Krishna. We chant Hare Krishna mantra to welcome Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
𝐒𝐰𝐚𝐦𝐿 Srinath ಇದ್ದಾರೆ the translator. That one. Hare Krishna. Yes. One more request to all of you, please silence your mobile and so that you not get disturbed. Kids, if some kids are there, they can take it. Hare Krishna.
If everybody hear English, why you want translation?
No, this is few devotees, they want translation, so they are going to con separately. So there is no one line. Just single play.
Okay, thank you. How to connect with the spiritual master. It's like if we want to visit a different country, you need somebody from that country to invite you. With that invitation, you may have invitation letter also, it is necessary. Then you can approach the embassy of that country you want to go. When the requirements are fulfilled, the application will be granted. So one will have the visa, then you can visit that country. The immigration will give you the pass to enter the country. Similarly, for us to go back to Godhead, we need an invitation from Godhead. The associate of the Lord from the spiritual world. And God is very kind that He has already sent some of them here with the purpose of getting us connected so we can find a way. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, �K𝐚𝐦𝐿 Swami mentioned Brahmanda, Brahmiti, Kona, Bhagyavan, Jiva, Guru Krishna, Prasade, Bhakti, Lata, Bhaya, Bhakti, Lata, Bija. Guru Krishna Prasad, the mercy of the pure devotee who is a representative of Krishna, and Krishna together is needed for our Brahmanda Brahmiti, wandering in this material world since time immemorial. We have been wandering, Bhutra Puliyate, planetary system to planetary systems, universe to universe, species to species, country to country. We have been going through all this. What does it mean, Guru Krishna Prasad? It is not a pleasure excursion. It is not. It is suffering. That we transmigrating from one body to another body is not a pleasurable experience. Or from planetary system to planetary system. It's not a pleasurable experience. That some people, they want to go on pleasure trip. This is not a pleasure trip. It is painful experience. Even those who want to go on a pleasure trip, passing through the securities and immigrations and sitting with all kinds of terrible people, you can get disease. You wait at the airport for 12 hours. Is that pleasurable? When we were coming here, we had to put for 11 hours. Just sitting there, looking at horrible people, loading their bodies with dead bodies. Is that pleasure? You understand? When animals die, or when we die, what do we do with the body? When someone dies? You burn the body, or you buried it, or you throw it away. But when animals die, what do we do with it? We put it in our own body. That's enjoyment. Huh? Is that enjoyment? When you put a dead body into your own body, is that an enjoyment? The body is already dead. That means it is not suitable for human consumption. And we are putting the dead body into our own body, and we are surprised why we are sick. A lot of mental anxiety confronting every conditioned souls in this world. That is suffering. So, when our suffering becomes intense and we cry, "Oh Krishna, what is this I'm undergoing?" At that point, Krishna will send his representative down. How many of us say no to the Prabhupada before ISKCON? Who knows? Anyone knows? So Krishna sent him, and he started looking for us, and he brought us here. That's what happened. Brahmanda Brahmite. Kona Bhagyavan. When we become fortunate, then Krishna will send his representative. When he comes here, he'll be scouting to look for those who are crying seriously for Krishna's mercy. And then we'll meet. So the Prabhupada went to Topskin Square Park, and they Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. People, nobody knows that language, but people join. Because it is not a material sound. It is not just limited to the body. It is an appeal to the soul for deliverance. So people join. And that is how Krishna consciousness expanded all over the world. Through this medium of a devotee sent by Krishna here. So this devotee, when they are here, like Prabhupada, he gave us the holy name. So we are hearing this name. And he gave the deities. So we can see and identify what. He gave prasadam, he gave devotees, he gave the scripture. All these are different paraphernalia for us to get attracted to. So, when we hear, the spiritual message from the pure devotee of Krishna. When we hear this imperishable message of Krishna from Krishna's pure devotees, naturally we will develop attraction. When that attraction is developed, so we come close to the pure devotee. From this point, we should start to hear, we should hear more confidentially. Hearing will establish the relationship. In the material world, how do we get attracted to something? How do we get attracted to something in the material world? Advertisement. So there are so many advertising companies. There are so many billboards all over the world directing us to the place for sense gratification. And the experience is that we are forced by this energy to buy so many things which we do not need. This is happening. His Holiness Radha Maharaj, he told us, he had a friend, so he went to visit him, and this friend has a small boy, and this boy has 2,000 toys. Small boy with 2,000 toys. He's going to finish all before he dies? Are they necessary? But he was forced to buy them by advertisement. Why? Because we hear. So, to establish a spiritual connection, we need to hear from the sadhus. Because they will explain what are the things we're supposed to do, how to do them, and for what purpose. They will speak. If you listen, if we follow them, and learning all these instructions which they are giving, a relationship is established. If you don't hear, there will not be any relationship. At best, in the Hare Krishna movement, the relationship we will have with our spiritual master will be based on management. No spiritual connection. If there is no spiritual connection, we are not going to make it back home, back to Godhead. So spiritual connection is very, very, very important, because he is the one who is going to take us back home, back to Godhead. We have to be connected with him by, first of all, hearing him and follow whatever instructions he has given. That instruction that he has given, which we follow, meditating upon that, working on it, establishes the relationship. The relationship is maintained by that service. That is service which comes along with instructions. And then you are thinking of him, he is thinking of you. Srila Prabhupada told one disciple who lamented, Srila Prabhupada, you are in India and in America, there is no connection and I'm suffering. Prabhupada said, no. I am in India, you are in America, what are we doing? You are chanting and I'm chanting. So where is the disconnection? We are connected. maintain this connection. We should maintain this connection by chanting, by hearing, by service, by this association. Thinking about the person who has given this instruction. Why he has given this instruction? Because he cares for us. If you think of a pure devotee, you will get all his qualities. So our practical activity every day, we should learn how to tune into the channel of our spiritual masters, our acharyas. We have so many YouTube channels. Huh? What will the YouTube channel do for us? They will introduce us to sanctification. We should tune to our acharyas' channels. If we tune into their channels, like you tune to any radio station, whatever is happening in that radio station, it will be transmitted. In the same way, if you tune into the acharyas' channels, whatever is the experience of the person we are connected will become also our experience. That is the importance of spiritual connection. And we should learn the science of making this connection. We are connected. So whatever is the experience, even if we are not on their level yet, but because the connection is there, we will experience it. One may have a nice building with all wonderful gadgets and properties inside. You may have a powerful electrical engineer who is very experienced and have wired completely the house, but is not connected to the powerhouse. You get light? You get light? Huh? Engineer. Will you get light without connection? No. You can have all the necessary things here, but the connection is not there. So if a devotee is doing so many services in the temple but is not connected with the spiritual master, you are not where. You are not where. You are still here in the material world. So sometimes you see devotees are working very hard. They are working very, very hard, but miserable. Why? No connection. We are just on our own. And we're wondering, why am I like this? Because I'm working so hard from morning till night. Yes. People who work very hard may not necessarily be the people who are enjoying even the same vacation. There are some people who sit in an office with their computer, air conditioned, everything is their computer, they're making billions. And someone is riding rickshaw throughout the whole day. How much will he get? 100 rupees you get for the whole day, but he's struggling the whole day from morning till night. Few rupees you'll get. But someone is still in the office, everything is there, he's not struggling with the computer. Billions are coming from all directions. Is it not happening? Is it not happening? So what is the problem? We are working like a ass. Prabhupada described us as a beast of burden, carrying so much load for what? Just a morsel of grass that is available everywhere. So we shouldn't be like us. There should be connection with the divinity, with the Supreme Lord, through his representatives. It is necessary, it is compulsory to have the spiritual connection. The spiritual master will take us and he will introduce us to Krishna. When he introduces us, because they are working as a team. See, if you are connected with Krishna's pure devotees, you are automatically connected with Krishna. Because it's a teamwork. They are not separate. They are the same. He sent a devotee here, and the devotee is reporting everything to him. How he is representing Krishna. He is reporting everything. This devotee, see this devotee, see. So, whatever we do in Krishna consciousness, let us check how are we connected with the spiritual master. We should not just function here. If you just function here without being connected, we will not make it. We work very hard and get little and be frustrated. Better we work very little and get more. Yes, we'll be happy. Or we'll work hard and get more. It's also good. That is Krishna consciousness. That should be our concern. That we are connected with the spiritual master, not only managerially. The spiritual master should know how we are existing in the Krishna consciousness, how many rounds we are chanting, what is the quality of the chanting, what is the services we are doing. If we have no service, we have no connection also. If we have service and we are doing the service, what is the quality of the service? Are we doing the service as a professional who are exhibiting our false ego as an expert in the field? Or we are doing this as a menial servant, considering our great fortune of being opportune to giving the service which will make the connection? What? The Supreme Lord, through the channel of the spiritual master, the representatives. Let us remember a person who is helping us. We should remember, we should think about the person. We should remember the person always. We should think of the person always. How wonderful that we are having this opportunity. We should remember this. Remember the person. Remembrance is the sign of gratitude. What is doing for mine? It's a gratitude. Reciprocation to what they are giving to us is gratitude. That they are giving us, and we are making use of that. That is gratitude. That is the process of getting connected with Krishna through the spiritual master. Let us think of our acharyas every day. If we are thinking about them, we'll be connected. Even if you don't have like many devotees don't have access to their spiritual master. You cannot call him, you cannot write him, you cannot, even if you visit your temple, maybe 2 days. And even within those 2 days, you will have no access. The big disciples are already in the front. So, right, all the big disciples are in the front, and small devotee won't have any access there. You can stand far distance. Even if you have that situation, write a letter. If you are writing a person letter, if you call a person, you cannot write a person without thinking of that person. You cannot call somebody without thinking of that person. Before you call somebody, you must be thinking of that person. Before you write somebody, you must be thinking of that person. These activities will be constantly done. Then, the connection is established. When the connection is established, our success is guaranteed. Back home, back to God. Hare Krishna. The comments or questions?
Is the chanting following
Is that connection that they establish with the Guru?
Yes, they are all different ways of connection. That we are reading, we are chanting, we are doing services, we are hearing. There are different ways. How are we doing them? What is the quality of our japa? We cannot chant good japa if our dealing with other devotees is not good. You cannot do good japa. Because see, everyone sitting here, Krishna said, we are his parts and parcels. So we want to go to Godhead by chanting, by hearing, by services, by reading the Bhagavatam. What are we going to do there on Krishna? What are we going to do there? We are going to be alone with Krishna. You are going to meet all of them here, there. So if you don't have a good relationship here, how are we going to function there? What is happening here is 100% absent there. 100%, not some percentages, 100% absent. All the dualities here is 100% absent there. So if you don't have a good relationship here, we are not going to go there. Therefore, we should do these things diligently. We cannot have a perfect chanting or pure hearing, bona fide hearing, if we are still holding grudges with somebody, especially a devotee. A person who is in distress, he can't do anything perfectly. Holding grudge means you're holding fire. You cannot be peaceful. So the japa will not be japa, it will be alphabet. Not japa. The pure name is different from the alphabet. So there are principles for perfecting our Krishna consciousness. With all the necessary activities we have to do in Krishna consciousness. If you read Bhagavatam, our scriptures, if you read Gita every day, you get two things. Either you become very proud or you become humble. Two things you'll get. Depending on what is our interest in reading. You're very proud. See all these lazy people. Look at me. I am the Pandit. Pandit, yeah, yes. Yes, thank you. The Pandit does not know that all living entities are Krishna's part and parcels. How is that Pandit? Make sense? Hare Krishna. Yes, Babu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
So to have a good relationship with spiritual master, should we physically be always associated to him or take it as instructions from him and follow sincerely by chanting or the instruction, the services or the preaching, whatever? In this way, if we go, we'll be having a good connection to the spiritual master, or should we compulsorily have a physical connection with the spiritual master?
Thank you very much. Yeah. Nice question. Physical association, not necessarily it doesn't depend on a physical association. One day in Vrindavan, Krishna was ahead of his friends when he called his cowherd boy friends to come. And all of them was running. I want to be the first person to get to him. I want to be the first person to touch him. So everybody was running. They all ran to get to Krishna. I'll be the first person to touch him. So when all got there, Lord Krishna said, the first person to touch me may not be the best friend. Is it not the proximity that is the issue? In your mind, what is the love you have for me? That is the problem. That's the point. So if you are in London and you are 100% constantly thinking of me, you are the closest person with me. And you can touch me with your mind. You don't have to run physically to come and touch me. From wherever you are, you can touch me. We can touch each other. You can feel each other. Wherever you are, you can stand anywhere. If one is Krishna conscious, you will touch each other. Don't you notice sometimes? Don't you notice that you are thinking of someone who is very far, physically very far from you, and that person feels you? Then the person who is sitting very close to you, you don't see the person? Huh? It happened materially. What about spiritually? So we should hear the spiritual master attentively, carry out that order from the heart sincerely. We are very close with the spiritual master. There will be transmission. Yes. So if we have the chance of physically meeting, that is extra. The real thing has been established through the service, through the hearing, through the chanting, through the different ways. We should constantly remember the spiritual master in everything that we do. We are connected to the spiritual master. So, for such devotees, even if the spiritual master is physically or not physically present, there is no problem. There is no problem. Wherever the spiritual master may be physically, you are connected. And whatever you get physically, you will continue to get them when you're not physically present. Because this relationship is already established. Everything will flow. So the Prabhupada said he met his spiritual master 12 times. 12 times. But Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada has many of disciples who were with him every day. They were not given the instruction which was given to Prabhupada. When he gave instruction to Prabhupada, Prabhupada was not initiated. That was their first meeting. There were no physical connection. At that time, when he was asked, he was given the service, go to the English country and preach Christian consciousness. This instruction was given to Prabhupada when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati has already had many disciples, including sannyasis. They were all there. But they were not given the instruction. The instruction was given to a person who just came. And nobody knows him. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati knows, this is my disciple. They know each other. Thank you for asking the question. Hare Krishna.
Can you please tell some of the memories of the Guru and Bhakti? Can you please tell some of the memories of Bhakti Tirtha Swami?
Some of?
Memories of Bhakti Tirtha Swami.
Memory. Okay, thank you. He is 100% connected with the Prabhupada. whatever things he does, he must communicate with his spiritual master before doing it. Once there was a meeting, and that meeting was very serious, an issue. So a committee was formed to discuss that issue. And His Holiness Bhakti Damodara was one of the committee members. So they sat for the meeting, they were discussing. The discussion was going. So he left the he left the committee and he went to toilet. He took excuse, I'm going to toilet. We go to toilet to free the bowels or whatever. But he didn't go to toilet to go and pass water or free the bowels or something. He went there to communicate with Prabhupada. This discussion we are having, is it approved by you? And Prabhupada told him no. He came back to the meeting and he requested, we are all sitting here on behalf of Prabhupada. Yes. We are discussing this issue to improve Srila Prabhupada's movement. Yes. So, can we ask him if he agrees with what we are discussing? Other members said no. Why? We are discussing? Yes, we are discussing. What we are discussing is for who? Sri Prabhupada. So what is wrong asking him? They say no. But why did they say no? Why are they saying no? Okay. They are wrong. Very good. They are wrong. Very good. Okay. They are not connected with Prabhupada. Yes. What else? Why did he agree? It is for Prabhupada. What is wrong asking him? What is wrong? Why did they refuse to ask Prabhupada? Okay, they want to keep discussing. They have no faith. Prabhupada is not here, so how can you ask him? If you ask him a question, will he answer you? If he answers, will you hear? They have no faith. But Teacher Maharaj knows my spiritual master is always present here. So I can talk with him. And he does every day, speaking with Prabhupada. So in this case, he asked Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, no, they are speculating. So he came back and told them, let's ask Prabhupada. And they say, why asking Prabhupada? Why should he ask him? For what? And will he answer you? Can you hear Prabhupada talk to you? Can you hear? So he told them, you are on your own. You are not representing Prabhupada. This is your own thing you are doing. Therefore, I am not part of the committee. She walked out. What was the result of the committee? Nothing good came out of it. That is Bhakti Maharaj. So connected with the spiritual master. That all his activities are based on his connection with the spiritual master. Very, very enthusiastic devotee. Very enthusiastic. His enthusiasm increases every day. Never goes down. Always. There is no dull moment for him. No dull moment. It's always, every time he's on. Every time. In his Krishna consciousness. To be enthusiastic, hey, it's not easy. Because there are so many things that can bring your enthusiasm down. So many things. Oh, like this pastime. So he has the right to start thinking, what am I doing with these people? But his enthusiasm is always very enthusiastic. Anyway, this is just someone, because you asked me. All right. Thank you. Last question.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
very much for very nice speech. Maharaj, you are telling that we can experience spiritual masters' world and we feel that connectivity. So is there any relationship between narcoleptic process and spiritual connectivity which we can feel, like with our spiritual master?
If we are connected, I mentioned, even if you're not a pure devotee yet, but if the connection is there, we will experience everything he's experiencing. And that is how also we become very strong, because the current is flowing through. We become very, very powerful. I also mentioned that if you think of a pure devotee, you get all his wonderful qualities. You get all. Because they will transfer to us by connection. Just like a cable is connected to a powerhouse, the current will flow too. The current will flow. Or, materially speaking, if you travel with a king, what will happen to you? If you travel with a king, what will happen to you? If you are traveling with a king, what will happen? You will enjoy all the royal paraphernalia because they're with him. All the respect which they give to him, you will get it. If you are serving a king, you will live in the same palace with him. If you are driving a king, you will be the one in the front. They will see you first before the king because you're in the front. That is the importance of connection. Materially speaking, you get. Spiritually, you also get. Everything that is experiencing the Krishna consciousness that is experiencing, you will have it. By the connection. Let's get connected and experience what is blissful Krishna consciousness.
श्री कंदर्पिका गिरधारी श्रीमद् महाप्रभु की
जय।
श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की
जय।
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare
You must have cried a bit so that Krishna said you to us today. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so you have given us some valuable inputs, how to get connected. Whatever we are doing in KC,